What are some cheat codes you've found in the game of life? Walk with a purpose. For some reason, people think you're busy and you don't get hassled. Reminds me of George on Seinfeld when he acts like he's always annoyed, so everyone assumes he's working hard. He leaves his car at work so people think he never leaves lol. Makes a secret nook under his desk for work naps. George is an inspiration. No one stops a guy or girl carrying a pizza. It can get you backstage to concerts. I'm a pizza guy. The only people that stop me are the stingy old people who won't let me go into the apartment building as they come out because that's the rules, and I have to be buzzed in. Take a $1 bill and flip it over. Now take a $5 bill and tape it to the end of the upside-down single with as little tape as possible to make it secure. Now feed the $5 bill into a change machine. The coin machine reads the 5, gives you quarters, then reads the upside-down single, rejects that, and boom, you got yourself a felony. This is the caliber of post I was expecting. Actual cheat codes. Not be nice to your family and surprise, they won't hate you. Thank you. I am an assistant teacher in a preschool. Asking if kids can use their sitting muscles and listening muscles during circle time makes the kids want to show me how strong they are. If you are punctual, smartly dressed, and quite friendly, you can actually get pretty far in most jobs without being that good at anything or trying very hard. This so much. Nobody cares if the guy who is 15 minutes early every day and never causes a fuss is seen taking a few smoke breaks or browsing Reddit a few times. But the guy who is 5 minutes to 15 minutes late a few days every week, you can guarantee he's being watched like a hawk. When someone says something true, say, "You're right," not "I know." It'll make them feel better and you've still shown everyone how awfully clever you are. I love you. You're right. If any website offers a percentage coupon code like 10% off, try higher values like 20% off. They often have the monsieur. Yeah, I'm going straight for 100% off and working my way down from there. Try 200% off and see if they'll actually pay you to take their product. 300% off and a blowjob. If you're genuinely pleasant to be around and you show up when it counts, people will let you get away with a lot of slacking off. Can confirm, monsieur, one of the reasons my boss puts up with a lot of my shit is because I do my job. I show up when scheduled. Unless I'm sick as a dog or I have a family emergency. And I don't cause drama. If you tuck a chicken's head under its wing and wave the chicken in a circle, it will automatically fall asleep. It's not a very good cheat code, but it's still a cheat code to get you sleeping chickens. What do you mean by wave in a circle? Bring it around town. Bring it RRROOUUUNNNDDDDD town. You don't have to always give away the recipe. By that I mean, don't over-explain yourself. If you can't do something 9/10 times, it's okay to simply say, "Unfortunately, I'm not able to do that. Can't swing it this time," etc. You don't have to go on and on about why, or make up reasons and list them off. Over-explaining just ends up looking more suspect than simply being clear and concise. You become the people you surround yourself with. Guess I'm a nobody. A pretty wise ex-drug user I worked with once told me, if you hang around the barber shop long enough, eventually you're going to get a haircut. Basically, watch the crowd and the activities you surround yourself with. I cannot overstate how much dressing well and being well-groomed will impact your life. It'll drop the difficulty by 2 or 3 levels. No joke. People will treat you vastly differently. The opposite is also true. I did this but took it a step further. Got my hideously misaligned teeth fixed. Got braces as an adult. Highly recommended if you never had it sorted as a kid. And holy shit, did the money spent pay for itself in no time. Think about it. The less resistance there is to a person wanting to make eye contact with you, the longer and more in-depth your engagements will be with those people. And the more confident you are in turn. This can lead to better jobs, promotions, etc. Edit. For those asking, I was 27. Got them off when I was 28. About 18 months total. Full train track style braces. Though I did pay a little extra for ceramic braces on the top row. They have a white appearance, so are a little more camouflaged. No one really cared when I had them on, other than the occasional person who would inquire because they were thinking about getting them too. Total cost about $6,000 AUD. I'm 35 now, and yep, I still look awesome. More edit. Yeah, probably should have mentioned it's more of a pay to win than a cheat code. But this actually does create a real sense of pride and accomplishment for the money spent. Compliment your children with "you are a hard worker" and not "you're smart." Studies show that kids who think they're hard workers outperform kids who think they're smart. Can confirm. Was told I was smart as a kid. Terrible worker. Edit. I don't mean to confirm this as causation. Just my experience. Ask questions about everything. Ask people about themselves. Be open about stuff you don't understand. And ask questions about that. When you forget someone's name, own up to it and just ask them, "Monsieur." I am amazed at how many people won't acknowledge even a tiny amount of ignorance, or won't show honest curiosity about something. Can't admit they've forgotten something they feel is important, and won't ever ask for help. Guys, your life becomes so much easier if you just drop the fucking ego and ask. The best advice I ever received was from my grandmother. I was a talkative child and would ask questions non-stop. When I apologized for asking so many one day, she looked me straight in the eye and said, "Never stop asking questions." This is diametrically opposite from my experience as an inquisitive child. As an adult, you can tell almost any kid who is running to stop running, and they will. Man, you know way better kids than I do. Not a cheat code, but an Easter egg. If you ask someone if they know all the words to "I'm a little teapot," around 80% of the people you ask will start singing it. Half of those will do the gestures to seem charming. All you have to do a lot of the time is to be an engaged listener. You don't need an amazing sense of humor to be able to lay on the compliments or regale people with stories. Just listen to other people in a way that shows you are interested and not only waiting for your turn to talk. Make eye contact. Don't interrupt them. Don't turn the conversation to be about you. Ask good questions. Edit. I just want to add, as per many comments here, that being engaged listener is not the same as being a sort of conversational doormat where you have to allow people to drone on and on about things that don't interest you, annoy you, offend you, or drain you. Merely suffering through an encounter is pretty much the opposite of what I am talking about. It's about letting yourself be interested in and learn from other people and not focus so much on feeling like you have to be an entertainer. And being an engaged listener is really the opposite of the person who just listens and never wants to talk about themselves. You are putting yourself into the conversation with your interested responses. You are guiding it to places you find interesting. Just suffering through boring conversations is not engaged listening. Any advice on how to work on being more interested in what other people are saying? Edit. Looks like you already gave some tips. Ask open-ended questions that you can't answer with a simple no or yes. Then, once the ball is rolling, organically lead the convo with more questions and try to tie in with stuff they said before. Mirror body posture. To add on, the single greatest open-ended question you can ask, if you aren't sure how to go about asking them, is why. Why? I know. Underpromise and overprefer. Monsieur, say you'll achieve less than you think you will and then do more and everyone will be impressed. Works well at a job. I always tell my girlfriend to be ready for 2 minutes of terrible sex. Oftentimes I make it up to 4 minutes of just bad sex. My man. The correct response to any compliment is thank you. You can then follow it up with a comment if you'd like to continue the conversation. If someone likes your dress, thank you. It has pockets. If someone compliments your art, thank you. I've been practicing. If someone asks if you're a professional singer because you have a good singing voice, thank you. I just sing for fun. Not only does it make you seem confident and self-assured, it tells them that they are right. That's a friendly thing to do. This even works if you don't believe the compliment. The saying, "Oh, no, I'm ugly," when someone compliments your appearance not only tells them that they're wrong, it makes you think of yourself as ugly. A better answer would be, "Thank you. I really appreciate that, and I don't always believe it, so hearing that from you helps. I've started going with thank you, that's nice to hear." I have a heated throw blanket in my living room in the winter. I wrap my coat up in it, crank up the heat, and in a few minutes, my coat is toasty warm so I can brave the coldest day. Also, toss your jeans in the dryer for 15 minutes on a cold morning and you will have similarly warm jeans. It's a nice perk if you have guests over too. "Hey, take off your pants and let me warm those babies up." Quote, just be nice, particularly to people in the service industry. Your job, your personal interactions, even your calls into customer service will go 100% easier if you're just nice to people and recognize that they're probably just trying to do their job, not screw you over. Be very nice. And if you're trying to get a refund or something wasn't to your liking, always go for the disappointed routine and not the angry routine. At least in my own personal experience, businesses are much more responsive to this. When married, don't stop treating your significant other like you did when you were trying to win them over. It is a great way to show them you're still as infatuated with them as you were when you first met. Date your wife, or someone else will. When I was in my old 500-plus person building, I kept a stack of papers on my desk. When I was bored, or got tired of sitting down, I'd get up, grab my stack of papers and walk around. I called them my walking papers, and did this for months. Got a lot of head nods and not one question the entire time. People always assumed I was on an important mission. But nope, not in the least. P.S. Worked on the executive floor, Wing 2. My friend is a janitor at a pretty new school. Not much broken stuff. So on his downtime he walks the building rather quickly with whatever tool he decides. The teachers and staff always think he's going to fix something. Lol. If you have no complaints about your food service staff at a restaurant, ask to see the manager and pay * compliment * and a thank you about the server, host, staff. Usually people want to see a manager to complain, and a compliment is nearly always welcome. I've gotten countless free drinks, appetizers, chips per % off my bill, all for just making a polite comment to management. Edit. Thanks for the Reddit gold. Kind stranger. You probably caused many heart attacks until they realized you wanted the manager for good reasons. You can borrow almost all of your textbooks from the library as a college student because of modern book rental agreements most colleges have. WorldCat allows you to be linked to almost any library in America. And all you have to do is find your book in the system and fill out a request form at a library, and it should be there in a week. I've saved probably $2,000 doing this in my first 2 years of college. All of my courses now require an online code to do the mandatory homework assignments, which you can only try by buying a textbook full price. Or you can buy just the code for $20 less. So only $130 instead. How generous. Thank you for watching.